it's the 1800s, we're in Russia, it's the Stroganoff family, and they have demanded a dish, and this is it. So that's good. I am here, and yes, she can hear, so that's good. So you haven't missed anything. Of course, I would always wait for you. What I was just saying is this pan is extremely cool. It's as warm, I mean, you know, it is warm, that would burn me, but it's cool. So this is one of these dishes you actually need to just do it right, actually. There's room for manoeuvre, but you need to take care. So I'm glad to show this to you today. It shouldn't take more than 20 minutes. So I've got some banana shallots going in there. Now I've got a slightly different camera angle because I think it's better. So there we go. So these banana shallots, we love banana shallots. They've got a slightly different flavour. An onion says, hello, I'm an onion and I'm here. A banana shallot is much more careful. She announces her arrival more carefully. So if you want a more supple flavour, a better flavour, banana shallots are what we do. Okay, so we're going to brown these. Now, what happens is that we today learn the word fond, F-O-N-D, and the brown bits are called fond, and they end up on this pan. Well, hopefully not. They end up in your sauce, actually. So we're going to cook these shallots. I've put some salt in there and some olive oil. Cool. But you can see, perhaps if I shut up for a moment, you can hear them. So we're cooking those very, very slowly so that they caramelise nicely. As small as you can on the dice. That bit got through me there, but yeah, as small as you can on the dice actually. And I'm cooking in this whiter pan because I think that might be slightly better as well. Let's put Mr. Banana Shallot away. He can go downstairs. Right, so we've got these lovely shallots. They're releasing their flavour now, and we're getting ready for the next thing that we do. Now, we're going to put sliced mushrooms in. You choose whichever mushroom you like. This is the chestnut mushroom. You know, sometimes for this I want to use really expensive ingredients. Sometimes I just think food should just be normal, you know, anything's going to be great with shiitake in it, but is it going to be okay with chestnut mushrooms from Sainsbury's or Asda? So these are chestnut mushrooms. I've sliced them thinly, about 4 mil. So these onions are going to be in here for a few minutes. So they're slowly becoming translucent. So this is one of the dishes I think you should get everything ready before you set sail on it, actually. I didn't, obviously, in practice, and I just felt myself feeling rushed and quite in the wrong frame of mind by the time I finished it. So in a wide sauté pan, nice and wide so you can see, and so the water can evaporate, you've got your olive oil and you've got your shallots, and they're cooking for about 7 minutes until they're soft and they're golden. And I'm kind of wanting to just turn me up a little bit, actually. But, you know, steady away with you. So we're going to put the mushrooms in, and they're going to brown off as well. And the fond, which is the brown bit, is the thing that's going to make your sauce brown. And it's the thing that's going to add the flavour. So that is your learning point for today. Apart from actually developing your knife skills, because this stuff needs to be nicely sliced and diced as fine as you can on the shallot, and also nice and neat on the mushrooms as well. So yes, precision dicing and slicing, and then obviously also with the herbs as well. So I was just saying, Kerry, I think before you got here, that paprika, mustard and dill are classic stroganoff sauce ingredients. And obviously, you know, you might expect a beef stroganoff in the winter. It's a big, hearty, heavy dish, and this is a summery one. Protein for this dish is not in here. It'd be entirely wrong to put any sort of pulse in here. You could get away with smooth tofu, but I'm just going to suggest that you have a bean salad or something on the side, but just, especially when you first make this, because you'll love this, Kerry, is when you first make this, just have some protein on the side and appreciate this smooth, unctuous sauce before you start adding anything like pulses, because they're just going to wreck it, you know. Tofu's okay. So I'm going to put in these mushrooms now. I'll turn my heat up a little bit. Get those in. I'm loath to turn my heat up too much because I did in practice and I got a bit carried away with myself and the heat. So what else have we got here? We've got some dill. I'm just going to wait for that to cook. I can see a question coming in. Just quite nervous about that. Same experience for me, Ari, slimy mushrooms. I love paprika. Yeah, I do too. So there's hot paprika, sweet paprika and smoked paprika. So, you know, the right one is important because you just want the flavour without like the heat. In practice, actually, I put the garlic in with the onion. With the onions. That I technically that's right, but I'm saving it to put in later. So we've got dill and flat leaf parsley. We're using. Let me just go on to that view there. We're using this Oatly crème oat fresh. There's 200 ml. You'll get 2 sets of sauces out of this. The amount I'm doing today is for, well, 2. I think two, because the mushrooms do go down. This works a treat actually. In the fridge I do have the Oatly oat yogurt, which I haven't tried. This is perfect. We're also, so I can hear this coming up now and I'm immediately getting a little bit nervous, you see. But the thing to do is to just leave it and get these mushrooms caramelised in this heat. So I'm going to stop my fiddling. So we're going to put in the garlic and we're going to deglaze. I've got some Sauvignon Blanc here, I think, which is fine, or you could use vermouth. This is a vegan wine. I got this one probably from Sainsbury's, but Aldi's very good for vegan wine. We're also just got some capers, so I'm just going to prepare these because I didn't have a chance to quite do that. So it's very important that you allow the pan to do the fonding. It's not a verb, is it? But to fond, because if not, if these mushrooms don't go brown, then you've got no brown and you've got no flavour. So leave them to do their thing. Leave them to evaporate. Yeah, I mean, if you had like an open door and the moisture was evaporating more quickly, that would be good. I can see it coming up now, so that's okay. I'm all right. So you'll be cooking the onion and the mushrooms for about 15 minutes actually. So I've got a good 5 minutes of those to do, and I'm just going to leave them. So don't fiddle. Don't do what I just did, which was just sort of fiddling as I was talking. So just chopping the capers up small. So this dish, I think, is sophisticated. I'm glad you suggested it, Kerry, because it's great, and it's one that you could feed to somebody who isn't vegan, and they would be very happy. Actually, let's just put those back in there. I don't think the average person is going to get too wound up about, unless they're purists, they may get a bit wound up about this being vegan, but I actually think they'll be fine. It's really nice. Right, so good. Let's just have a look at this. Have I burnt this, perhaps? No, that's all right. So you can see now, perfect, okay. Let me just check. Yes, you can see. Can you see the brown? That's the flavour. So we just have a quick over. I think if I wasn't demonstrating this right now, because I don't want to burn it, I would go higher on the heat. Go a bit higher, get a bit hotter and sear it a little bit more than I am here. Just don't want to burn it. So we're leaving that, and then what we're going to do is deglaze it. So when you deglaze it, you are taking that, you're lifting that brown and you're lifting it into the sauce, which is lovely. So that's that. So yes, you're letting that happen. Let me just do this while I'm waiting for that. So I like this sauce to be very, very dilly. Probably just put me on there. So everything chopped nice and small. Really small. And this is a really good one to practice your skills actually. So nice and fine. The recipe is written, won't have as much herb in as this, by the way. It will have a bit less, but because I like it really herby. Right, I'm going to deglaze this pan now. And also for this, I have already de-stalk your herb. I like everything whole, as you know, but actually I do think sometimes, yes, that's okay now. Let's put that camera on. So let's deglaze this. I've changed the camera angle. I didn't like the camera above the steam. Right, so that's good. So we've got that. That's just reducing off. That's good. And we're going to put this garlic in now. Cloves of garlic. I've minced them. Well, I've grated them down. So get everything in there. That's good. It's all looking nice and shiny, which is nice. We've got our herbs ready. And we're just letting that wine evaporate. And we're just stirring that garlic in as well. And you've done well. I've done all right here actually. You've done well if you've got all the brown from the bottom of the pan into the food, i.e. your flavour's not stuck there. There's a bit just there stuck in. But I've done all right with that, considering. So I'm happy because that's gone brown. So that's good. So now what we're going to do is to make up the rest of the sauce. So we're going to add some miso for that umami flavour. We're going to add some mustard. Again, umami flavour coming through. We're adding a little bit of paprika. That's it. So just press those in, mix those round. As you know, we mix things well, and we take things steady so we can actually mix things well. So I'm mixing those three ingredients in before I then mix anything else in. Just check I've got that angle right. That's okay. That's good. And then I'm putting my capers in, and I'm going to stir this in. Oh, honestly, this just smells absolutely divine. Divine. So now you would be steaming some potatoes, steaming new potatoes, pomme vapeur as they're called actually, but we just call them steamed potatoes, don't we? And it takes another 5 minutes. I mean, to cook a new potato in boiling water probably takes, what, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes maybe. But steaming takes another 5 minutes, but it's better because it tastes better. Why? Because the water doesn't get into the potato. Water goes into the potato when you're boiling potatoes. There's a water exchange, so you lose some flavour in the water that you tip down the sink probably or give to your dog. So steaming is much better. And let's just put these herbs in. As you can see, I'm very generous with my herbage. And this is now coming together really nicely. And this really is it. It's beautifully fresh. No, it's not. I'm putting some lemon juice in. I thought there was something missing there. Put in a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. Let's get a bit more in there. And we also need to just put some zest in. Let's check, yeah. I was paranoid that the camera angle's gone wrong. Right, good. And that be that. So you let that simmer, let that slightly reduce with that lemon in. You can see that mine's really herby. You might not want yours to be that herby, but I'll halve the herb. Well, I've already written this up actually, to be honest, and it is halved already. So yes, so you could serve this on pasta, you could serve this with new potatoes, you could do what I'm about to do if you're poshing it up. Slice your new potatoes. I've got a few sliced here. Where are they? Here they are. Bless them. Bless their hearts. So that's good. Lean over and get this dish. And then of course. I mean, instead of olive oil, actually, just think about it. You could use butter. And of course, you need to taste it. Very nice, very zesty. Just going to put a bit of pepper in because, again, I like my pepper, as you know. But that, my lovely people, is a stroganoff. Mushroom stroganoff, creamy mushroom stroganoff. Lovely, 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 lovely. It needs to reduce for a few minutes actually, but I won't hold you back. So it could be dressed, yeah, like I say, you know, tofu would go well in that. Let's just get this angle on me. Yeah, tofu would go well on this, in this. You know, pan fry it first. And then I probably, if I was doing it, I'd probably just put some lemon. I'd marinate it in some lemon actually. I would be so frightened of ruining what this is, which is perfect. That's reducing nicely now. So with the reduction, I'm saying it's reducing nicely. Let's just see that again. So it's reducing nicely. It's just, what do I mean? It's like, well, it goes different, doesn't it? It thickens, yes, of course it thickens, but it goes glossier. It sounds different. I use my ears a lot actually with cooking. That's why I find this cooker quite hard, because I can't hear it so well. Yeah, it just looks different. Suddenly you think, yeah, that's it, that's done. So it needs another few minutes, but it's good enough to put on a plate now and have a look at it, I think. Yes, I think we'll do that. I mean, it would be lovely to just bring to the table and let everybody get themselves sorted, wouldn't it, really? Yes, it would. I found it was good the next day as well. It's one of these dishes, well, like all food, you know, piping hot's just a disaster, isn't it? You know. Whoops. Oh, honestly, I always do that, don't I? Because I was just thinking about doing that. So yes, it's super nice. It's rich. You don't really want more than what I've just put out, believe me, because I had that for lunch. I was like, oh gosh, that is plenty of that. And I'm a good eater, as you know. So that's nice. Let's just think. So just need a bit of herbage on the top, I think. But don't cut the herbage. Can you see? Yes, you can. I think we can see. Yep. Don't cut the herbage up too much. I think the sliced potatoes look really nice, actually. Just like they've decided to come and say hello, rather than a big lumpy thing on the side there. No, not good. The herbage, I think, actually looks nice if it's just... I'm going to respond to your comments. The herbage just looks nice. So always like five or 3 herbs, but try and place them up a bit, because it, you know, it's sitting on the plate and it's heavy because it's a heavy element. And so to lighten it, just a few wisps of dill is perfect. I haven't had dill for a long time, Kerry, and honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It's just so lovely. I'm now going to have a look. So that's it. I mean, how easy was that? Who isn't going to like that? So we've got our mushroom stroganoff, creamy mushroom stroganoff. We're having our protein on the side until we've tasted this. The mushrooms are really earthy. The lemon lifts it, and the dill, the miso, the capers, whole grain mustard. That's what makes this dish so right. I think you could substitute the wine, but I wouldn't. I think that would be a mistake. I think it needs to go in and deglaze the pan, and that's what brings it this air of sophistication. So I'm just now going to look at this. Looks lovely. Not had oat crème fraîche. I've had it once before, but I think these things do improve with time, actually. I think these companies develop these things. You know, it's I haven't got a fork here, but it's really lovely. It's really creamy, and it quite quickly, I think because of the crème fraîche, it becomes more solid as soon as it starts to cool down, which I really liked. And it's rich, but because of the lemon juice, it's lifting. But that is enough. That is plenty for me. I was really full with that, to be honest. So yeah, so this amount is for two. And stroganoff with potato. I'm not sure I can imagine it, but give it a try. Oh, okay. Well, it's sort of traditional, I think, but I think it's nice at this time when we've got some jerseys in the shops to use potato. But yes, pasta will be. Have you had it with pasta? You probably have. I find dill hard to get hold of. Yeah, I'm growing some actually for that reason. Same here, but I don't use it very much. That's shame on me really, because it's lovely. But yeah, I love this dish because look, let me just show you again. Look how brown that is, and that's all just come from caramelisation of the onions and the mushrooms. It's great, isn't it? And that's what gives it, you know, I've always thought, oh, beef, you know, well, that caramelises really well. But yeah, good. You'll love it. That's all I can say. I've rattled through that. I feel like I've rushed. Never thought I'd grow some. Yeah, well, I grew some from seed, Kerry, and it's grown in the greenhouse. It got quite leggy, but apparently it does in its first year, and then it's flowering now, so it'll go to seed and populate. It's in the front garden now, which I'm making into an ornamental herb bed. It'll take 3 years, but yeah, I thought I'd grow it. It's gone really leggy and everything, but apparently that's what it does year one. Right. Well, you can grow some from my seeds. I'll give you some seeds, or whether you can come do a cutting, I don't know. I just, as you know, I know nothing about gardening, but everything's growing like weeds. So that's it. Are there any other questions? I think it's quite a straightforward dish, actually. No, I don't think we've got any more questions. And it's 7:25. I've done quite well. And I now know what I'm having for my tea. So is that it? Sorry, I thought I now know what I'm having for tea. So is that it? Have we got any more questions? Will it freeze? No, it won't. It won't freeze well at all, I don't think. I haven't tried it. I wouldn't even try it because the mushrooms are going to go really weird. I'm not sure the oat crème fraîche will freeze terribly well. I don't know. If you need to freeze it and get it ready, don't put the mushroom. You know, it's just not really going to work, to be honest. What you could do, I mean, no, I don't think any of it freezes really. I mean, I was just going to say you could prepare all the different things and freeze them. You know, I mean, doing some shallot prep and getting some shallots really nicely diced, because that takes more time, and get those frozen, that's okay. But still, I just think frozen onion doesn't work in quite the same way. So I'm sorry, no, but I can tell you that it sits really well. So I made some whenever it was last week, where am I? Yeah. And then I just left it in the fridge and forgot about it, and then reheated it in the microwave, and it was absolutely fine. So it does hold itself quite nicely. But yeah, best done fresh. I put my mushrooms in there sort of 4 mil, not 5, 4 mil. You could go chunkier, but I quite like it fine. I just like this sophistication of the dish, and you won't need anything after. So, okay, good. Is that it? Okay, 2 tea nights. Yeah, that's true. It is tea, or it's your evening meal, and then it's lunch the next day. But it is rich. Yeah, and I really wouldn't put pulses in there. It'll just wreck it. So that's it. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll release the I'm slowly getting myself back to having the recipe ready before this, but there are a few amends, so I'll release that tomorrow. But meantime, thanks for coming, Kerry, and I'll see you soon.